news, breaking news, breaking news. Yes, it's breaking news. Somebody had the nerves, was a rat bastard or flip-flop wearing in public troll to say everything is not breaking news. You don't know the news, so it's breaking to you. All right, let's stop this. This is a gangster channel. Yo, Shannon Sharpe goes off on MoNique because MoNique did a stand-up comedy show at Katt Williams' joint, and she went in on him, letting it be known that he ain't nothing but a big dummy, as Sanford would say on Sanford and Son. Stay tuned. Make sure you catch it right now. Let's get the vibe. All right, you know what it is. Now, this is the disclaimer. Y'all know what time it is. Shannon Sharpe goes off on MoNique after she clowns him on stage at a Katt Williams joint. It got real ugly. You want to watch this? I want your comments. I want your feedback. We need to talk to each other. All right?
I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
But you tried to say, what you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mom. Shannon Sharpe.
She said, take your old ass, find somebody to love you. And the whole time she was talking to him, he had little Gabriella right there on the left of your screen, sending him all kinds of cootie shots, back shots, charging $25K a cheek. And this man said that he's gonna put a cap on his daughter's wedding at 30 grand. Sit back and listen to Shannon make a fool of himself. He gonna put 30 grand to give away his daughter to a handsome prince. That's his cap. But he's gonna give 10 million to silence Gabriella. He's gonna give 25K a cheek to Gabriella, but don't even want to put up more than 30 grand to marry off his daughter. Let's see what Shannon talking about.
Sharpe told her that if she would lose enough weight for him, he would buy her some artificial breasts. Now, that's very puzzling to me, Art. Because
That's not puzzling in today's society, Dr. Ubo. That's puzzling when you have knowledge of self. But being that so much, let's ride. But being that so much people don't have knowledge of self, that's not puzzling. You use the right word, puzzle, because what Shannon is willing to do is put together a puzzle and make the ultimate woman of his sacrifice because he worked hard for his money, and that's how he chooses to spend it. Y'all put in the comment, do you think that a man is wrong for spending money, getting breasts and butt shots and all of that for the females? If he earned the money, is he entitled to spend it the way he wants? Or just not on another woman getting her body parts done? Somebody talk to me.
because she's already extra skinny.
He really want a 17-year-old, but he can't. He an 18-year-old, a 20-year-old. So here it is, he at the gym working out. He's showing up at the gym with them big old black legs.
Shannon Sharpe is heated after MoNique went in on him during her comedy set, cracking wild jokes about his messy court drama with that OV model who's now coming for him with a $50 million lawsuit. That clip of MoNique roasting Shannon, it's everywhere. And insiders close to him are saying he's straight up embarrassed. He thought his celeb circle would rally behind him, but instead, he's out here getting clowned. What's worse, people are dragging him for acting shocked when MoNique already warned him months ago on Club Shehi. She told him loud and clear, stop running after girls who just want your money. But Shannon didn't take her seriously. He laughed it off like it was nothing.
Because it was nothing to him. He's spending his money, he getting these young girls, he feeling like he's on top of the world, and now the young girls is using their power, their might, their strength to push him down.
Now he's deep in it. His reputation, hanging by a thread. Even if he comes out clean from the lawsuit, the damage is already done. His $100 million podcast bag is shaky, sponsors are going ghost, and his own crew is starting to...
Can you believe that big old greasy Shannon laid up next to this? Is this the girl? Somebody let me know. This Gabriella? I think this is Gabriella. Could you imagine Shannon Sharpe laying up there? Like, what is on Shannon's mind? She like she's 17, 18 at the most.
to disappear on him. The streets are asking, what exactly did MoNique say this time that's got him so pressed? And why is Shannon throwing heat at MoNique when she was the only one who tried to steer him right?
You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. I know.
People are still buzzing over the lawsuit. A lot of fans were stunned by the headlines, but not MoNique. She peeped this coming from miles away. She tried to school him, saying straight up that messing around with these young clout-chasing women could blow up in his face. But Shannon ignored every word. After all the chaos between Shannon and the OF model blew up, fans were itching to hear what MoNique had to say, and trust, she did not hold back.
Hey, baby, yes, I told that Shannon Sharpe, leave that white alone.
She finally broke her silence during a stop on Katt Williams' Heaven on Earth comedy tour. And she came swinging. MoNique reminded the crowd and Shannon loud and clear that she tried to warn him, but he didn't want to hear it. Now she's out here saying what everyone's already thinking. Shannon did this to himself. Just for context, when the lawsuit news first broke, a clip from MoNique's February 2024 Club Shehi interview started going viral all over again.
This dating thing, because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
Did you try to say?
She shut him up. She said she's grateful she's not 56 and trying to get into the dating world. She happy where she at because she's an older woman, have an older man, and they're happy.
What you trying to say, Mo?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at your
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn.
Take your old ass and get somebody to love you, MoNique said. MoNique is just the greatest motivational speaker there is.
Mo!
In it, MoNique straight up told Shannon he had no business dating girls half his age or younger. She didn't sugarcoat it. She said he needs to be with a woman who's on his level, someone real, who's not just chasing his pockets.
When they want you to go for the fourth round, you looking at her like, listen, I need you want some money to go to Starbucks?
Yeah, go to the store, go shopping while I recuperate, because this old motherfucking ding-a-ling done fell out. He tired, you wore him out, I don't know what to tell you. Go shopping or something. Just get away from me. Don't touch me. Just go spend my money.
Because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that fourth round, she's going to say, hold on. Hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you.
MoNique's always been one of those tell-it-like-it-is voices. Some folks love her for being raw and unfiltered, while others say she can be too blunt or preachy. But this time, even her usual critics are siding with her, because when she spoke, it was obvious. She wasn't talking in general. She was talking to Shannon, face to face.
So he thought I was going to be scared. Yes, I'm talking, and I know an old gal, she'd be good to you. Her name is Elladora.
Now, you know you get a woman named Elladora, you got an older seasoned woman from another generation. She may even have just popped out the church. You know, let's keep it moving.
You know somebody named Elladora?
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
old school. Now, Miss Elladora told me to tell you. She said, I think he like red velvet.
Oh, I do.
I say, Miss Elladora, if he do like that, she said, you let him know I got something for him.
Yeah, I
And
like
she
red
don't
velvet.
have no teeth. Come on, pick your glass up and clack for me.
Whoa,
Come on now.
MoNique said Miss Elladora ain't got no teeth. So do we call Miss Elladora a gummy bear? Is that a gummy bear? Come on now. Yo, Shannon, Miss Elladora sound like the perfect joint to relieve the stress. But instead you want a little petite European. Okay. Remember, Miss Elladora ain't got no teeth, all gummers.
These young gals will bite you.
Warning him that chasing clout chasers and internet models could blow up in his face. And what did Shannon do? Laughed, giggled through it like it was all jokes, then kept doing the same thing. Now look where he's at. Fast forward a year and now Shannon's sitting in the middle of a storm. He's lost his ESPN gig, his image is tanking, and that lawsuit might cost him millions. Fans are looking back at that Club Sheehy interview like it was a prophecy. MoNique saw the mess coming before anyone else did. One fan wrote, "One thing about MoNique, she can tell a joke but won't tell a lie. Shannon Baldhead should have listened instead of laughing. Now look at you, about to be crying all the way to the bank." Another one came even harder, saying, "Shannon Sharpe deserves what happened to him. I don't know what kind of advice he was getting behind the scenes, but come on." He had 3 guests on his own show calling him out. Katt Williams, MoNique, and even Lil Yachty tried to tell him. Despite losing ESPN, despite all this drama playing out in public, Shannon still doesn't seem to get it. Sources close to him are spilling that he's livid MoNique used his name in her comedy set. He feels like she's clowning him while he's going through it, and that's got him feeling betrayed. But here's the thing, MoNique didn't lie. And while Shannon thought his famous friends would come running to back him up, guess what? Crickets. Almost nobody stood up for him publicly. And fans are saying that silence says it all, and people ain't shedding tears for Shannon right now. A lot of folks feel like this lawsuit, it ain't random, it's just a tipping point after years of reckless behavior. Shannon's been trending for all the wrong reasons lately, and now more dirt is getting dug up that's making people look at him sideways. There's a new clip of Shannon Sharpe that's going viral, and it's not a good look.
Guess what the 2 teams that call me, Ocho, say, what's your phone number, where you gonna be?
Who that?
Shut the f*** up.
Yo, did you see that? Shannon just lost it. But let's ride. To Shannon's defense, right? You see, he got this earbud in, so that means that somebody's in his ear. So whoever's in his ear is nagging him. He's trying to stay focused on what he's doing, and they busy that. And he's like looking like that. I'm trying to think, I'm trying to talk, and they're in my ear. Shut up. You know, do you think that's wrong or do you think that's human? Put it in the comments.
On the April 30th episode of Nightcap, while he was trying to break down the 2025 NFL draft, Shannon suddenly snapped mid-convo, looked off camera, and shouted, "Shut the F up!" Fans were shocked. The man totally lost his cool on camera, and now people are saying the pressure is getting to him. Bad. But the heat doesn't stop there. Shannon's catching major backlash after comments he made about how much he'd spend on his daughter's weddings.
Check this out.
In another Nightcap episode with Ocho Cinco, they were chopping it up about wedding budgets when Shannon casually said he'd cap each of his daughter's weddings at $30,000. Then he joked they could serve spaghetti and fried fish instead of anything fancy.
Now, he only gonna spend $30,000 on each daughter, but he's gonna spend $25K a cheek. What do y'all think about that? Please put in a comment and be descriptive. How do you feel about him saying, I'm not spending no more than $30,000 a piece to marry off my daughters, but I'm gonna give this young white lady $25K a cheek? Somebody let me know, man.
Hey, my daughter's a budget. You got a budget.
Why Gabriella didn't get a budget?
I don't get whatever you do after that.
What number, I mean, I don't want to be in your business, but what number you said?
30,000.
Okay. So you can have a wedding with 30,000?
I don't know what you can have. I ain't the one getting married.
Yeah, but you know what you could have for $25K a piece. You know? A Gabriella cheek.
I don't give a damn.
He don't give a damn.
That's when the internet went off. Fans started dragging him hard, especially after remembering those leaked texts where Shannon allegedly offered that of model a whopping $10 million to keep her mouth shut and drop the lawsuit.
The South, y'all know about that fried catfish and spaghetti plate? Hey, I know somebody hooked that thing right on up. What they charge by the plate? $10.50 a head.
So, $10.50 a head, but you're gonna pay $25K a cheek. You can't even eat it. I mean, swallow it. I mean, well, you can digest it. I mean, somebody tell me, you're worried about, for people to eat, you only want to pay $10.50 a head, but for you to sit here and nibble on some European cheeks, you wouldn't pay $25K a piece. Do you think that's right? Do you think that makes sense? Do you think I'm crazy? What do you think? Somebody tell me what's going on. I'm confused.
Spaghetti, fried catfish, a piece of cornbread,
and a Gabriella cheek for $25K to all the male guests.
A styrofoam cup of sweet tea. That's all you're getting. Man, I'm not finna go. Hey, just because they so. Oh hell, no, man. I wish I might.
People couldn't believe it. $10 million for an ex-worker, but only $30,000 for your own daughter's big day? One fan said it needed to happen to show how much of a hypocrite he is. He lost the little respect people had left for him. Another pointed out that in those leaked convos, the OF model was charging him $25,000 per cheek, and Shannon didn't even blink. And just when it couldn't get any messier, fans are now digging into the nature of Shannon's relationship with the model, Gabriella.
Mr. Sharpe. Not so sharp, clearly. It is my theory, just my opinion, my theory, not fact, my opinion. I think all of this RACE rhetoric that was in those text messages started with him.
They're raising eyebrows
Now, why
over
you
some
think it
texts
started
that
with
hinted
Shannon?
at weird racial under.
Do y'all think that the big black baby, do you think all that started with Shannon? How do you get that from starting with Shannon other than you just want to give Shannon the beef?
Tones, stuff that had folks calling it a fetish dynamic that felt off.
It's becoming more and more clear to me, in my opinion, that he has a race fetish. He has a fetish for that type of dynamic. Think about it. This was a 19-year-old white woman when he met her. I don't know any 19-year-old white woman that's running around hollering about a big black baby.
People are calling it disturbing, with many saying this drama is unearthing parts of Shannon's private life that no one saw coming.
Shannon was a 54-year-old, big, black, grown man from the backwoods of Georgia. Gravy sound like some he's familiar with. Big black babies, he probably seen a few in his day. Born in the backwoods of Georgia where he grew up with his grandma and all them other folks. But I just don't think that came from her. Now, is she repeating it back in those text messages? Yes. That's why he released her messages, not his. Peep that. Okay?
In some of the
point.
leaked texts, Gabriella told Shannon she wanted him to put a big black baby in her, a line that's got the internet spinning.
We haven't seen what his responses was. And I guarantee you, when they post those messages, y'all gonna see. All of that race started with him. It's a fetish. And he could only play that kind of stuff out with a young girl.
Do you believe this started with Shannon, with this race thing? Somebody put in the comments, man. And make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel, Unique Mecca Audio. She breaks down things like this from a woman's point of view, being that she was raised without a father for 26 and a half years because I was in federal prison. She explained what that was like for her from a female emotional standpoint growing up without her father. Back to the show at hand.
He couldn't, like MoNique was trying to tell him, get an older gal. Older gal ain't going for that. They was going to immediately know he was a freak and a weirdo. A 19-year-old don't know no better.
But he
Stop it. So you trying to tell me an older girl is not going to take $25K a cheek if he order it, only a 19-year-old will? Somebody put in the comment, if you over 19 and you was offered $25,000 a cheek, would you accept it? Be honest. Okay?
Here's the kicker. Shannon didn't share his side of the convo, and fans aren't buying that this was all her doing. A lot of folks are convinced this whole racially charged role play came straight from Shannon.
That's why she repeating it back to him, because he said it to her first. Older men, that's why they tend to want to be with younger women. They're more impressionable. They can mold them. They can shape them to be what they want them to be.
Are you molding younger men? Because you sure have a lot of experience on how to mold youngins.
Do what they want them to do. You let him come to a 40 or 50-year-old woman talking about put a big black baby and baby gravy. We gonna be looking like, what's wrong with you?
But what if he said, I'm going to give you $25K a cheek? Would you take that? Stop it. Or what if he said, I'm going to give you $10 million to just keep it quiet so I can get this $100 million? Would you say, you get the $100 million, you only offered me 10? And he's going to say, but I only offered my daughter $30K to marry her off. Say, now all that's saying, Shannon, is you's a cheap mother. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, that started with him. Mark my words. It's going to come out. But that race stuff started with Shannon.
After all, Gabriella was a paid worker. People are saying she probably just followed what he asked for. And now, even more questionable clips are bubbling up, showing this wasn't just a one-off. Shannon's behavior around women has always been off, according to fans. One viral video shows him admitting he wanted a woman so badly he literally paid for her divorce, just because he believed she was the one.
Yo, what kind of man is gonna pay for a woman's divorce because he believes she's the one? Is that what you would call just a trick? Or would you call that a super trick? You pay for the woman's divorce. The woman get a divorce. The man that she really wants can't afford to pay for the divorce. So she come, pull her dentures out like Miss Eleanor, choke them off real quick, and then turn around and say that she in love with him, want to get a divorce, and now he divorces her, and after he divorces her, she gets back with the broke dude.
I was once dating this chick, right, Skip, and she was married, but she was getting a divorce. I knew I wanted her. I said, you know what? I'll pay for the divorce. Because
how you know she wasn't dealing with other men and you pay for the divorce for her to divorce that man and get with another man instead of getting with you, but yeah, you're gonna spend your money and then now you back in the work feeling. Now you're looking at Gabriella, telling her you're gonna give her $25K a cheek, but then you turn around, you're telling your daughter you're only gonna give her $30,000 each to marry them off. Total is $60,000, so you're giving them technically 10 grand more than the cheeks you're getting. So is he a bad dad because he's offering extra $5 to each kid more than what he would pay for the cheeks from Gabriella? Somebody put it in the comments. Say the unique concept mind work. Let's keep this moving.
because I believe she was the one. That's what I did. I said,
you's a sucker.
Why you arguing about this? He wouldn't sign the papers. I said, why you arguing about this little bit of money? I gave her the money, filed the divorce because I believe.
And I bet you not with her now, Shannon. Tell me you with this woman right now. Tell me she with all the big Jody that's out there gutting her back out while you're sitting there playing the field like MoNique telling you stop looking for them little 20 and 30-year-old girls and get a grown woman like Miss Eleanor with no damn teeth to gum you off and be happy, and she gonna feed you eggs and grits. That's MoNique's theory.
Keep it 100 with y'all here, Skip, but I did that.
But now he's out here putting a tight cap on his own daughter's wedding. That ain't sitting right with folks. Then there's another clip that has people cringing, where Shannon starts telling a wild story about a woman he was with.
This is an absolute true story. I put this on.
Listen to this crazy
everything. Shit. I was having sex with this woman.
Hold on. Paint the whole picture now. Don't cheat me.
Yeah.
Yo, Paul, see, now, we gonna ride. We definitely got to ride here. See, this is at the time when they was calling Shannon a he cipher, monkey cipher, and he's trying to show that he's not a he cipher, monkey cipher. So he's going to tell an actual story and listen to this crap. I mean, literal crap that he's going to be saying right now.
Don't cheat me either.
Okay.
I want details.
We're having
details.
So wild, he even left Deion Sanders speechless on
Listen
air.
to this.
We're having
position.
Yeah.
You know I'm the bad guy.
Hey. Oh Lord Jesus, she ain't do it, but she don't know she did.
Let's go, bro.
No, she did. That is not. And what I'm about to say is 1,000%.
Talk to me, baby.
The comments under that video are brutal.
Hey, yo, could you believe he actually shared that he was having sex with a woman and she passed gas on his big black baby maker? Could you believe Shannon is actually bragging about having sex with a woman got so deep that she passed gas on the baby maker? Somebody put him in comments. I can't believe this. This can't be Shannon. This is not the NFL guy.
Brutal. Fans are saying this is exactly why they stopped tuning into his show with Ocho Cinco.
So she passed gas.
Sir.
She said, excuse me. I said, that's all right. Do it.
He said she passed gas during. You know what I mean? But did she look back and say, excuse me? You know what I mean? Or did she look back and say, gotcha? I mean, somebody tell me.
Yes, she passed gas during.
Yeah.
Then she look back and say, excuse me.
No.
Yeah.
She do it. How she do it? Time. She said, excuse me. I said, that's all right, baby. I generally make him do it. Hey, she said, excuse me. I said, that's all right, baby. I generally make him.
Did you hear this? He told her, that's all right. Just fart on me again.
It kept going.
Shannon kept oversharing his bedroom stories like
I think he just made that up to go over the top. Do you think that might have been with another man that he had this with and this happened, but he just switched it to a woman because at the time they was calling him a he cipher, monkey cipher? Somebody let me know what's going on because I'm a little confused right here. Shannon, you got me confused. Somebody help me get him confused.
was trying to prove something, and most folks don't want to hear all that, especially not from someone pushing 60.
I'm with it. I'm hell with the time. I'm hell with the time. Come on, baby. They talk.
Both of y'all nasty, dog.
Look at Deion's face. Look at Deion Sanders' face. And he just laughing like something like that funny the female to pass gas on his baby maker, looked back, said, excuse me, and kept going while all types of crap was running out on him. Oh, gosh.
Hey, I swear. I swear.
No, I know you ain't laughing.
Fist bump.
No, don't do that. Don't be.
And they encouraging that. And I like Deion Sanders. He's like, yo, don't do that, man. How you gonna fist bump to her defecate? No, stop it.
Y'all ain't no good. That ain't Shannon. That's not. Don't do that. Y'all nasty.
Meanwhile, the industry's weighing in too, and Shannon's catching heat. Dr. Umar stepped up and said that even if this whole lawsuit turns out to be a money grab, Shannon never should have been messing with someone that young to begin with.
You would think that in the aftermath of all of these cases that's going on, that Shannon Sharpe or any black male celebrity for that matter will conduct themselves in a more responsible manner.
He said Shannon ignored every red flag, especially when Gabriella allegedly refused to sign an NDA.
So
now, how does a 19-year-old even know what an NDA is unless she's being trained by an older vet that said, oh man, she probably went home, right? Let's take a ride. We're gonna take a unique ride. You know, she goes to the gym, right? So while she's in the gym, she sees this big black buff dude, right? You know, and he's sitting there, he's working out, he's eyeing her, he's salivating all at the mouth, right? And then he goes over and he leaves his card, and she's embarrassed, so she leaves it on the workout bench. But when she's leaving, her girlfriend say, hey, girl, you left the card from the gorilla. Now, she goes back and she takes the card. She goes back and she tells somebody older, look, the gorilla just left me at there. I can't believe this big old pervert tried to holler at me in the thing. The lady looks at the card and she said, yo, that's Shannon Sharpe. What are you, stupid? You know if you get him to put a big black baby in, you paid for the rest of your life? Is you stupid? She said, for real? She said, hell yeah. You go back, you get with that gorilla, you let him know you want his big black baby maker to make a big black baby with you, and tell him everything you need him to do, you know, and tell him you want 25 grand a cheek, hit me off with 25 just for one. And we keep going. All right? Now, let's finish playing this so we see what's going on.
what do we know about this situation? According to Gabriella Zuniga, she met Shannon Sharpe at a gym in Los Angeles approximately 2 years ago. Shannon alleges that he tried to present her with an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, which every celebrity should require from anyone they engage with.
So now that all this dirt is out in the open, people aren't showing Shannon any sympathy.
Well, guess what, Art? She decides she's not going to sign the NDA. That right there was a warning to Shannon Sharpe that this 19-year-old, who you shouldn't be dating anyway because of her age, because of her race, you need to end this. If she don't want to sign an NDA dating a celebrity, you know what that means. That means if this doesn't go her way, she's going to expose you.
Most
Facts.
fans agree. He's got no right to be mad at MoNique for making jokes about his drama, especially since she was the one who tried to give him some real advice but he laughed it off. And now, it's all coming back on him. MoNique tried to steer him right, but Shannon wasn't trying to hear it. He laughed, brushed it off, and kept living wild. Now that it's all blowing up in his face, people are saying what goes around comes around. He's just facing the fallout from his own choices. And if the latest reports are true, that fallout is looking real expensive. Gabrielle is gunning for a jaw-dropping $50 million in damages. And now folks are wondering, can Shannon even cover that kind of hit? According to celeb finance sites, Shannon's net worth is floating around $30 million. During his NFL days, he raked in about $22.5 million total, with his biggest bag being $5 million from the Ravens in a 4-year, $13.8 million deal. Nowadays, Shannon's making some serious cash, about $10 million a year, through his podcast empire, brand sponsorships, media gigs, and that top-shelf liquor line, Le Portier. But here's the catch. He's still behind his First Take co-host Stephen A. Smith, who's sitting on a cool $45 million.
Your ESPN contract, yes, sir, is up next year. And the word on the street is that you want something in the range of $100 million for 5 years.
Right.
True?
It ain't false. I always want as much money as I can get. I'm not going to apologize to that. I'm a capitalist. What I would say to you is I would ask respectfully, pay attention to the industry. See what people are getting paid. See how much money they're making and what they're bringing to the table. Look at their ratings. Look at their revenue that they're generating.
And Stephen A., he just made history with a $100 million 5-year mega deal that's got him sitting right under Tom Brady when it comes to sports media paychecks. But get this, Shannon was almost right there too. Insiders say he was in deep talks for his own $100 million podcast deal before all this Gabriella drama hit the news. That deal would have been massive. It was supposed to lock in all of Shannon's media projects under the She Media umbrella. Club Shay Shay, Nightcap with Chad Johnson, Club 520, The Bubba Dub Show, and Humble Baddies. Everything was lined up until that lawsuit got dropped like a bomb. Now, everything's up in the air. Sponsors are spooked, deals are paused, and fans are watching to see if Shannon fumbles the biggest bag of his life over a scandal that MoNique literally warned him about. On April 18th, just 3 days before Gabriella hit him with that lawsuit, Front Office Sports dropped a bombshell. Shannon was this close to inking a deal worth more than $100 million. But now, that deal's frozen, put on ice, and if it collapses, that's a brutal loss for Shannon, possibly.
And now she don't have the $50 million that she was expecting because she blew his bag when she could have just took the 10, continued to do her OnlyFans things with him and bet 10 grand in the bank. He would have still gave her 25 grand a cheek because he already said, yo, just take the 10 grand and go lay down. I got you. But no, she let somebody get in the ear and say, get the whole damn bag.
The biggest L of his career. And the pressure's still building. The lawsuit's hanging over his head, and if he does lose, fans are seriously wondering, has he even stacked enough cash over the years to survive a $50 million payout?
Word.
Now, let's be clear. Just because Gabriella's asking for $50 million doesn't mean she's guaranteed to get it. Civil cases like this, especially when it involves personal encounters and murky boundaries, are tough to win. The line between what's claimed and what's provable in court, it's always blurry. There's even a chance Shannon might skate entirely and not have to pay a single cent. But here's the thing. Even if he wins in court, the damage is already done. His image, tarnished. The public saw those leaked texts. They heard that clip of Shannon allegedly threatening to choke Gabriella.
Like I said, how do you know that he wasn't threatening to choke her with his love bone? Because everything with them is straight XX.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. It's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, her laughing. What does that even mean? And then here they go with the thing. Watch the little play.
You want to be a dick to me now, so
he's telling her you want to be a dick to me now.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
I don't know that person. If you said that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you.
And he's talking about with the baby maker.
Thank you.
No, I don't want to be true.
Yes, you do.
That kind of stuff doesn't just...
Yeah, you know you like it. You know you like it. That's all Shannon's saying. Yeah, you know you like it.
Fade away, win or lose. And that's the part that's haunting him right now. This whole mess isn't just about whether he ends up paying millions. It's about what people believe he's capable of behind the scenes. His brand is bleeding. And in the entertainment world, image is everything. Big companies like Disney, which owns ESPN, aren't gonna stick around just because you got a courtroom win. They care about public perception, headlines, noise. And right now, Shannon's name is ringing out for all the wrong reasons.
Obviously, Uncle Shay Shay, he likes Caucasian women, as we all know. And he likes them very skinny, which I didn't know. And the reason I'm saying that is the pictures that are floating around the internet on Gabrielle Asu Ninjas is the pictures of a very petite Caucasian woman who, not being disrespectful when I say this, appears to be built like a 13, 14, 15-year-old child.
These companies don't care about courtroom outcomes. They care if your name starts trending for all the wrong reasons. Headlines, social media backlash, public perception, that's what matters.
Can you believe it all started with Katt Williams going on Shay Shay? He made Shay Shay $5 million, gave him some crumbs. Katt is furious. And now the lawsuit came out. And Katt was talking to him on the show, thinking that he'll make a little 10 grand. But here he goes, he made $5 million and don't want to break me off, and he's giving up $25K a cheek. And he sat here in front of me while I gave him this speech, and he had this little money grabber. Oh gosh, I'm gonna expose him. That's what Katt Williams did. Go check out Unique Mecca audio's exposure on that.
And according to her, allegedly, Shannon Sharpe told her that if she would lose enough weight for him, he would buy her some artificial breasts.
Is he wrong for taking his money buying her artificial breasts? Men and women, please put it in the comment. Do you see something wrong with Shannon offering to buy a woman artificial breasts? And ladies, be honest, because I know you out there asking dudes to get you some cheeks as well. You want the whole set.
Now that's very puzzling to me, Art, because she's already extra skinny, extra petite, no booty, no breasts, no nothing.
And he's trying to fatten her up.
Why would you want her to lose any more weight?
And right now, Shannon Sharpe is looking like...
He wanted her to lose more weight so that she could fit the set of cheeks he wanted to put on her, because he was paying $25K a piece.
Like a full-blown liability. Even if he walks away legally clean, brands are already thinking twice before putting their name next to his. Sure, there's still a shot he could bounce back. Shannon's got a strong fan base, and let's be real, people love a good comeback story. But after everything that's come out, that road just got way longer and way rougher. Why? Because this didn't come out of nowhere. Shannon had people in his corner trying to warn him. MoNique told him straight up. Katt Williams dropped gems too, but Shannon ignored all of it. He laughed, brushed them off, and surrounded himself with people who fed into the chaos. Now he's knee-deep in a scandal he never should have touched, and it's all on him. And just when you think it couldn't get any worse, fans are now digging even deeper into Shannon's past. Old interviews, clips, podcast rants, everything is being pulled back up and picked apart. People are putting together a timeline, and what they're finding is wild. They're saying Shannon's pattern of reckless behavior didn't start with Gabriella. It's just that this time, it finally caught up to him in public. Some fans are pointing out that Shannon's always had a habit of flexing his money and status to impress women, while ignoring any real accountability. Now, the same flashy lifestyle that helped build his image is tearing it all down. And that whole girl dad image he pushed, people are questioning that too after those wedding budget comments. It's got folks wondering what's real and what was just for show. Meanwhile, rumors are spreading that some of Shannon's former colleagues might be preparing to speak out. Allegedly, there are people in the industry who've been sitting on stories, but now that he's down bad, they're feeling less pressure to stay quiet. So the big question now, how much more is going to come out? And will Shannon be able to survive the next wave? Shannon Sharpe seriously fumbled the bag when he got tangled up with that young OF model. Not just because of the age difference, but because of the messy power dynamic and those strange, racially charged messages. That's the kind of baggage no major brand wants to deal with, especially not a company like Disney. Now the big question is, can Shannon actually recover from all this? Or is the damage way too deep to fix?
Do you think Shannon can recover from all of this, or do you think the damage is too far gone to fix? Please put it in the comments. Please let us know. Subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel at Unique Mecca Audio, Juanita. Let's keep this thing moving, and we are out of here.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Fresh out the
can of 26. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops make an audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours. So we can give back to the
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops make an audio.